Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another storytime video. Whoop whoop. In today's video I'll be talking about the time I called the cops on my dad. Yes, I was one of those kids. I was a ruffian, I was a scoundrel, and I called the cops on my dad. It was for a dumb reason. Well, now I think it's dumb. Back in the day I thought, I was in the right. But anyway, during my middle school years, probably seventh or eighth grade, one of the two. I want to say it was eighth grade because it was closer to high school. But what ended up happening was a couple of my friends wanted to hang out, and my dad told me no because I had to help it out, clean the house and whatnot. And after I got done, all my friends were already doing what they had to do, and I was shit out of luck. Well, anyway, so my girlfriend, I found out, had a game that day for basketball. And I was like, hey, Dad, can I go to, the basketball game because, well, it's my girlfriend and I want to cheer her on and whatnot. And he told me no, and I got upset. And at the time, I was in eighth grade, so, me getting upset at my parents and them telling me no meant no, that I couldn't do it, and me getting upset meant shit was about to hit the fan. So what ended up happening was my dad and I started talking, and that talk went into an argument. And the argument started because I was telling him he was such a bad dad that he couldn't, let me, go see my girlfriend at her basketball game and all this other stuff. Even though he's let me several times, it's just they needed me at the house because, well, the house was dirty and we were gonna have guests over the next day or something like that. Well, he told me no because they needed me, like I just explained. And I was like, okay, fine, then I will get everything done and I won't come out of my room. Well, instead of getting everything done, I just decided to go to my room. And he came in all mad. And before I get too far into the story, my dad isn't like my biological dad. He is my stepdad, but I consider him my dad because he's been there for me all my life. He's treated me with nothing but the utmost respect. He helped me through Scout. He pushed me towards my Eagle Scout. He pushed me to stay in school. He did all this other stuff for me that at the time I thought was dumb and I didn't think it would ever get me anywhere in life. But, you know, I re-looked back at it, now as an adult, and I'm like, gee, he actually, did his best as a dad. Even though he never had kids of his own, he treated me like one, and, he's amazing. He's the best dad I've ever had, the only dad I consider to ever had, and, I love him deeply. So when this happened, looking back at it, I just laugh now, but, it was really, really stupid. So he came into my room and he started getting all upset at me because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to. And him and I started yelling back and forth. And eventually it came to the time when we were up in the kitchen and we were still going at it. And he finally put me over his knee and he started to spank me. And at first I was like, ah, this isn't nothing. And then he took off his belt and he started to spank me with his belt. And I got really, really really, really loud and upset about this. So what I ended up doing is I ran down to my room and I locked the door. And he started banging on it, telling me he wasn't done yet. And let me tell you what made him snap. Not only that I called him a terrible father and that he treats me like crap, but I also, probably a little bit jabbed at him, telling him that he was a screw up and he would never be as better than his dad. And, it kind of hit a nerve, so it was my fault in the end. And, well, I called the cops on him. And, I was crying because at this time I just got hit with a belt and I was upset. I was in an emotional wreck, and so was my dad. And, all this other crap was going on. And in my head, I was thinking, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe this is dumb. Why am I calling the cops? But I did it anyway because in school, that's what they told us to do. They said if our family or anybody that we know or anybody ever hurts us, call the police and they'll come over and, they'll help us. Well, I called the police and they came over right away. I waited in my room until the police came, and when the police came, I finally went upstairs and I stood by the stairs in our living room during the time. and one of the officers came up and sat me down and asked me what happened. So I told him everything. I told him that we got into a fight, that I told my dad that I didn't love him, and all this other stuff. I also told my mom the same thing because I was upset in duress and saying stupid crap that I didn't mean. And what ended up happening was the cop looked at me, looked at his partner, and then said, "Hey, I got this one." So his partner walked out, and he looked at me and he, picked me up and he said, "Look, if you ever call the police again for something like this, I will personally come over, take off my belt, and whoop your ass. Because right now, I could bring you to juvie because you wasted my time and you wasted my partner's time. And not only that you wasted our time, but you wasted our department's time coming down here for something like this. He did not hit you. Did he leave any marks?" And I was fumbling my words. I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know. I can't see back there, blah, blah, blah." And he's like, "Did he leave any marks?" And I said, "I don't think so, sir." And he said, "If he has not left a mark on you, it is not abuse. It is him teaching you a lesson, corporal punishment. If he would have left a mark, then yes, we could do something. But he did not leave a mark. He wasn't intentionally trying to hurt your life or harm you to the point that you were gonna, bleed or whatever. He was just trying to teach you a lesson. So next time I have to come here, do whatever, then you'll be done. I will take off this belt right here and I will whoop your ass in front of your parents. I don't care if they sue me because that was the most disrespectful thing, and you're one of the most disrespectful kids I've ever met." And after that time, I never called the cops on my dad. Yes, him and I argued and we got into fights once in a while, but we never, came to the point of me calling the police, even though there was a couple times it got to that point. But, I hope you guys like this video. This video, came to me when I was at work today. I was thinking of videos that I could make when I got home, and this was the best one I can think of. So, if you get anything out of this story, just know, like, love your parents. They may not be the best at what they do, but, they do what they do because they love you. They want to raise you, they want to do the best that they can, and it's not going to be perfect, but it gets the job done. And, Dad, if you're watching this, I love you very much. Mom, you too. You guys treated me really good and you raised me really well. I mean, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for you guys. So I hope the viewers out there, understand this message. And don't call the cops on your parents for stupid reasons. Treat them with a little bit more respect. I mean, if they're like pulling a gun out at you or about to stab you or something, then yeah, I understand that. But, if they're just, punishing you for doing something bad, don't get all mad and whatnot. Just take it how it is, learn from your mistake, and, I thank you guys again for watching these videos. You guys have been so supportive and just amazing for this channel. Again, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next Storytime video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because like I stated earlier, it's helping me, it's helping you guys get more content, and I think that's a win-win. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the next Storytime video. Whoop whoop!